So guys, finally we've got our hands on the Samsung A52 5G guys. I've been using this phone since a bit of time and I'm pretty impressed about it, and I thought to share my views on this phone with you so that if any one of you is considering to buy this phone, they could really know what this phone is going to offer you at this price segment. So with that being said, let's get straight into the video checking out this phone. So guys, this is the Samsung A52 5G. Now this is one of its kind phone at the price segment of 30,000. It's really a good phone, but I don't think it offers what other can offer, but still, let's talk about it. Now we will be going through a few of the points as you can see in this video, starting off with the display, then going on to the build quality, then sound quality, performance, UI, and finally ending up wrapping the video with the battery performance. Now guys, coming to the main thing, that is called the display. Now as you know, it's Samsung, so whether it be a 10,000 phone or a 30,000 phone or be it a 1 lakh phone, you probably get the AMOLED display. Now this AMOLED display panel is also very good. I mean really bright. I'm probably shooting this video in a bright natural light environment and you can clearly see it's pretty good. I mean it's not visible. You can clearly see the letters and everything and the apps especially, which is probably most important as compared to the letters. The font size is pretty normal size, but you can still see it from a far end. So I would say the brightness nits is pretty much enough. 408 nits is pretty much enough to use it on a cloudy day outside, but probably using it on a sunny day in the out environment is not that picky. Anyways, now coming to the side angle views. The side angle views are pretty decent. It's a 30,000 phone, so you can't expect much of, good side angle views, but it's pretty decent for the phone. But the major catch in this phone is, of course, as you know, it's the 90 hertz display of this phone. So it comes with a 90 hertz display, and I think this thing is the only thing that's going to attract people to buy this phone. It's pretty smooth to scroll and slide. Be it YouTube or be like, you can go to Google and just swipe it up. I think you can spend most of your daily time scrolling without even watching a video or reading a news. And it's pretty smooth actually. It's very smoothing and pretty good. So the display overall is pretty good, and the small notch at the top, as you can see, is pretty small and gives you a lot of space to see all the icons at the top. So I'm pretty much happy. 20:1 screen to body ratio, so it's pretty good. Not thick bezels at the bottom as well, so I'm pretty much happy with this display. It goes pretty bright and looks pretty nice. Definitely 4.5 out of 5 for this display, and if it could have been a good nit display, I could have seen stuff more clearly on a sunny day. I would have given it 5. Otherwise, this display is just perfect. You can put it in the S series and people are still not gonna notice any difference. Now guys, coming to the second thing, that is of course going to be the build quality. Now of course this phone is very attractive, be it from the far end or be it from a close range. It's pretty attractive, but the moment you actually get this phone in your hand, you may feel it's a little bit cheap probably, because the back plastic here is actually very thin plastic, and I don't know if this thing happens in my variant only or it probably happens with you, but if I click these places at the corner, they're pretty firm, but when I touch this place in the middle part, as you can see in the video, it's probably wobbling. It's going inside and it's like not firm. So I think it's maybe it may be a manufacturer defect, or maybe the phone is like this, and if the phone is like this, it's a big disadvantage, because I've used Samsung M series as well as the F series, and they were pretty good at a very low price range, but this phone at the high price range, almost double the price of that, is pretty weak, the backside. But Samsung claims it to be water resistance. I don't know how in the hell it can be when the back plastic is so much weak. The camera bump plastic is pretty decent. The bump is not that high. The phone doesn't wobble much, but it does wobble a bit. Not much, especially this side wobbles. Otherwise these sides are pretty fine. Not much wobbling, right? And overall it's pretty good. The side build is pretty nice. I'm impressed. Very hard. I don't know if it's plastic or aluminum, but I don't think a phone of 28,000, 30,000 is going to have aluminum, so it's hard plastic basically. The joints are pretty, accurate, so pretty nice. Talking of the buttons, right side volume down up power button, and left side is pretty clean. You get in display, fingerprint sensor. We'll talk about it after we talk about the sound quality. And overall, I think the builds, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 just because this thing is wobbling for me. Now guys, coming to the sound quality also. Along with the sound quality, I will also show you the video quality in this phone because I couldn't show it before. So let's use one of my friend PC Centric's video. Actually, I've been following him and I know him pretty good. So let's follow his video. I'll show you. So let's just first have a look at the video quality, and let me just set it to high quality, high picture quality, and then we'll talk about, the sound quality. So as you can see, the video quality is pretty good here. It's really nice. The colors are good here, as you can see. The game scenario here, as you can see, the colors are decent. In the natural lighting, I told you, it does get a bit deep, kind of, it's kind of hitting me, but I think in the home lighting it's going to be pretty good. The color and everything is pretty nice. The darks are good, the blacks here because it's AMOLED, of course, and the bright parts are pretty good. The color of the shirt is also pretty nicely visible, so it's pretty detailed view and everything is pretty nice. Now let's talk about the sound quality. So it has got two speaker, bottom speaker and a stereo speaker as well. So let me give you the sound and show you the sound quality.
Everybody that plays your game, not just
this is the max sound quality.
This is where the lovely guys over at Nvidia come in, and they're helping out everybody from the kindness of their hearts. It's got absolutely nothing to do with shareholders or making.
Now let me just close one of the speaker and let you hear from the stereo speaker itself.
More money. For all intents and purposes, FSR and this work in pretty much the same way, with the exception that it's actually baked into the drivers now. So even a game that doesn't natively support
now let's go to the bottom speaker.
Duty here, you could turn this on, you could run it at different levels of resolution, so you get different image quality amounts, different performance gains. This works at a driver level.
So
with any
overall I can say 60 to 70% of the sound comes from the bottom speaker, and 30 to 20% probably from the stereo speaker. Sound quality, probably 5 out of 5. It's really good. No crackling, anything. Okay, so it was pretty good. Now guys, coming to the performance. Now the performance of this phone is pretty good. When I actually bought this phone, I don't know which Android it was using, but currently it's Android 11. And before updating, the phone was actually pretty laggy. I could feel the lag while I scroll. I could feel the lag when I used to, open the apps or Play Store. But as I have updated it to the Android 11 with along with the One UI 3.1, I think it's actually got pretty smooth. I can feel the smoothness. Any app you go, it's pretty good, and I think it's really nice. Really cool, and really I really appreciate pretty smooth performance. I haven't had any lag issues or stucking issue anywhere. So performance wise for basic use is pretty good, and the RAM management is also pretty nice. I have had opened apps for way long, and again when I off it and open it, the app are like exactly how they were. So RAM management is also pretty good. Talking of the gaming performance, I do have BGMI for the gameplay. But I would say definitely this is not a gaming phone. 750G processor here, 5G processor, but I don't think it's really that good. It's pretty weak, and the performance is actually pretty poor when it comes down to gameplay. So as I start BGMI over here, guys, as you can see, firstly it takes a lot of time to actually start, and I'm running BGMI on a low settings, the lowest settings possible. And I'm trying to run BGMI in the smooth and ultra, so I can run it in smooth. Let's try smooth and ultra fast, and then I will show you how it runs in smooth and low FPS also. So let me show you that. The game is pretty poor actually. I mean, gaming performance is really poor. This phone, it really lags a lot. You're gonna probably notice it. As you can see, it takes a lot of time. The bands in this phone, the network bands are pretty good, but the game actually really slow. As you can see, it's probably not that smooth, you know. It's the lowest possible settings, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but I really, you know, feel the lag, and it's pretty annoying, you know, pretty much a lot annoying. Okay, let's kill 2 people. I don't know how to play actually. Let's kill this guy. Killed him. So pretty decent and average gaming performance, not made for gamers. Into the UI, guys, this is One UI 3.1, latest UI from Samsung. It's very good, I would say. Really smoothing. But one thing, seriously, Samsung is getting cheap these days, is ads. I don't know why Samsung is promoting to install very non-required apps such as you know, Moj and other apps which I probably don't remember, such as Joes, and all those apps pre-installed on the phone. Even if you don't install it, it just forces you through some terms and condition when you install your phone to download it from the Samsung store. And probably I think I have disabled my Samsung store because I hate it. It's pretty much annoying. So if you keep the ads away, the Samsung UI is very smooth and nice. One major feature I really liked about Samsung UI, of course, is the left scroll. It's no more Bixby, it's Google's News. I mean Google Scroll News, and I really love it. People really love having Google News at the left side, so you can swipe left and you can have some news reading, right? And it's pretty good, pretty nice. Especially it's a lot good to people when you have 90 Hz display. People love scrolling, you know, these days. Yeah. So last but not the least, guys, we'll talk about the battery life. The battery life of this phone is pretty good. I've played decent amount of slow BGMI, and it's still at 84%. I charged it 100 last night. The charging speed is pretty good. It supports, you know, 25-watt charging, but this phone just comes with a 15-watt charger in the box, which is pretty decent. But I think it's pretty good, but we'll find out, you know. Charges it in about 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. Haven't bought a 25-watt charger. The battery usage is pretty decent. I mean, you know, how do you see that? It's pretty good. How do I see my usage? I don't know how I see it, but you can say I mostly am able to get about 7.5 to 8 hours of on-screen time. Talking about some additional features, guys, it has got the 3.5 jack, which is pretty good, right? I'm pretty happy about it. The Bluetooth connectivity in this phone is also pretty good. Let's try it. We'll try it live. We'll have this wireless connector, OnePlus earbuds, and we'll try to see how fast is it gonna recognize. So OnePlus now is gonna get into the pairing mode. We'll test out how fast is it able to recognize this device, and you can see instantly the latest Bluetooth software is, you know, pretty good, and it asks directly pair it. You can pair it, and now you can see the sign over here, paired, and pretty good. Now if you use this phone with, you know, 90 Hertz and you have this always on display, you're gonna get, you know, a little bit less, probably 6.5 hours battery, but I think it's also pretty good. And additional features, another one is obviously the face unlock, which is fast. I don't know if it's like, you know, you can check out the lock, it's safe or not, but it's pretty fast. Did you see the lock? Watch out. Yeah, pretty fast. But disappointment comes in the fingerprint scanner. I can feel a second's lag because I was adapted to OnePlus, so it's really hard for me to get here. You know, anyways, it's pretty good. But I think it would have been good if they would have put things right here on the power button, the fingerprint. But still, it's a good phone, but I don't think it's 28,000 worth it. You know, for 28,000, I don't really think it's worth it. I think it is probably at a price range of 23, 24. It's gonna be great. Yeah. So this was the review of the phone, guys. This is a pretty decent phone, but you know, fingerprints, poor back quality. Of course, you can get one of these covers, but it's I don't think it's much worth it, but still it's a decent phone. If you get it for about 25, 24 in an offer, then it's a good deal for you. Well, that was my review. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Subscribe for more videos like this. I'll catch you guys in the next one.